Hello friends, I am Dr. Sanjay B. Patil, working as Associate Professor at Savitribai Phule Pune University affiliated SNJB's Sriman Suryadada Jain College of Pharmacy, Chandwad, Nashik. In this video, we are going to learn about presentation of statistical data. So how the statistical data is presented? Once we have collected the statistical data, then this statistical data is presented by different ways. So which are the different ways for presentation of a statistical data? So generally there are three ways by which we can present a statistical data. The first way of presenting a statistical data is the textual presentation. So what is textual presentation? Name itself implies the presentation of data in which the text is used. So generally the numerical statements about the facts are made in the form of a description. Such type of the presentation of data is known as textual presentation of data. For example, in a class test, the marks obtained by students out of 30 are 15, 17, 12, 13, 12, 18, 19, etc. So the description is given in the form of text in this example. So such type of the presentation of a statistical data is known as textual presentation of data. Second way is tabular presentation of data. So what is tabular presentation of data? The data which is presented in the form of the tables, that is known as tabular presentation of data. Once the data is collected, when we are organizing the collected data in the form of the frequency distribution, cumulative frequency distribution, in its tabular form, such type of the presentation of data is known as tabular presentation of data. And the third way of presenting the data is graphical presentation of data. The data which is presented in the form of graphs, charts, diagram is known as graphical presentation of data. So in previous videos of collection and organization of data, I have presented how the textual and tabular data is presented. So in this video we are going to highlight about the presentation of data by using the graphs or charts. So graphical representation is a way of analyzing the numerical data. The data collected is converted in the form of the charts, graphs, so that just by visual observation anyone come to know that how the conclusions or inferences can be drawn from such presentation of the data in the form of the graphs or charts. So graphical representation of data exhibits the relation between data, ideas, information and concepts which are presented in the form of the diagram, and hence it is easy to understand, and it is one of the most important learning strategies. It always depends on type of information in a particular domain. When we are presenting the data in the form of the graphs, there are some basic requirements, there are some basic rules or general rules that should be taken into account while preparing the graphs or charts or plots or diagrams. So which are the general rules that must be taken into account for construction of graphs? So the first important general rule is the every graph or every chart must have a suitable title. So depending upon what is the nature of the data, what is the nature of the numerical values, how they are presented, the suitable title is required. So you have to make sure that the appropriate title is given to the graph, which indicates the subject of the presentation of a given data. Along with a appropriate title for a graph, second requirement is regarding units used for measurement of that data. So you have to mention the measurement unit in the graph. Suppose we are plotting a graph of age of persons for a group. So if we are using the age, so we should use the measurement unit years. So similarly, what is the category or what is the characteristics we are going to include in the graph? So appropriate measurement units should be used. Then while constructing the graph, another requirement is the proper scale. So to represent the data in an accurate manner, we have to choose a proper scale so that the graph which is constructed or prepared will be having proper scale with proper dimensions. Along with it, index is required. So index the appropriate colors in the graphs, shades if required, lines, thickness of the lines, design in the graph for better understanding. Along with it, when we are preparing the graph for a given data, we have to include the source for that data, from where we have collected that data at the bottom of graph always. Along with it, the graphs or charts which are prepared must be in its simple form. So whatever construction of graph is done, that should be easiest way for understanding by everyone. So it should be very simple rather than complicated one. And finally, the graph must be neat in the sense that we have to choose the correct size of the font, appropriate fonts, colors in the chart or graph, etc. in such a way that the graph should be visual aid for presentation of information. So by considering all these general rules, the suitable, appropriate, neat, simple graph can be prepared for presenting the data. So when we are concerned about graphs or charts or diagrams for presentation of data, so which different types of the graphs or charts or diagrams can be used? So there are various types. Among that, first is histogram. So what is histogram? It is the type of bar chart or graph in which class limits are shown on x-axis while respective frequencies are shown on y-axis. Such type of the graph or chart is known as histogram. And to represent these frequencies, always rectangles which are adjacent to each other are drawn. And this is the graph which is characteristics for group data or class data, where the data is presented in the form of the classes or groups. For example, we are having data for age of persons with their appropriate frequencies. So this age of the persons is ranging from 20 to 100, and class interval is of 10 units or 10 years, like 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and so on. What are the appropriate frequencies are there? For example, class 20 to 30, if the frequency for this class is 2, so a rectangle of appropriate width is drawn corresponding to appropriate frequency of that class. Similarly, for all the classes, the adjacent rectangles are plotted. Whatever the graph is generated by inserting the continuous rectangles for each class with their appropriate frequencies, such type of the graph or chart is known as histogram. Then second type of chart or graph is frequency polygon. So frequency polygon is nothing but the graph or plot which is constructed by considering the midpoints of classes which are taken into account in histogram, and all these midpoints of each class along with their appropriate frequencies are connected to each other by making a line. Such type of the graph which is obtained by doing this is known as frequency polygon. So the graph is shown in this diagram where the test scores of the students are considered on x-axis while their respective frequencies are considered on y-axis, and by considering the midpoints for each class the line is drawn by connecting midpoints of each class with respect to their frequencies, and such type of the graph generated is known as frequency polygon. Third type of the chart or plot is cumulative frequency polygon, which is also known as OGU. So OGU is the type of graph or chart in which the midpoint or upper limit of each class is considered or presented on x-axis while their cumulative frequencies are taken on y-axis. In histogram and frequency polygon, on y-axis the respective frequencies are considered, while in case of OGU or cumulative frequency polygon, the y-axis consists of cumulative frequencies and x-axis consists of midpoints of each class or upper limit of each class, and by connecting all these points a line is drawn. Whatever the graph is generated is known as cumulative frequency polygon, or it is also known as OGU. Fourth type of graph or chart is bar graph. So what is bar graph? It is different or it differs from previous types of the graphs like histogram, frequency polygon, cumulative frequency polygon, where the data is in the form of the class data or group data, while bar graph is the rectangle type of the graph which is drawn for isolated categories rather than continuous classes or groups, where on x-axis the categories of the variable or categories of the characteristics are considered, while on x-axis the frequencies of each category or each characteristic is considered by considering the uniform width of a rectangle. Such type of the graph is known as bar graph. Sometimes the category of the variable or characteristics can be presented on y-axis and their frequencies are presented on x-axis. Hence there are two types of the bar graphs: horizontal bar graph or vertical bar graph, where the data is presented in the form of the bars, and all these bars are having the same or uniform width. Only with respect to the frequencies, height of these bars is varying. So the bars should be of equal width and no touching the other bars, while in case of the histogram the continuous classes are considered, hence all the rectangles with respect to the frequencies are adjacent to each other. And again, while constructing the bar graph, the consideration must be given towards the appropriate scale along with uniform space or gap between individual bar representing various categories of the variables or characteristics. So in this example, the bar graph is shown where HIV cases which are enrolled in the USA by gender are shown for different years like 1986, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91 and 92. So with respect to the number of cases reported for enrolled for HIV in USA, the bar chart is constructed. So for rectangle which is considered for differentiating the gender, the different colors can be used. So in this example, the red color is used for men while brown color is used for women for constructing the respective bars, and such type of the graph is known as bar graph. And the last type of the chart or graph is pie chart. So what is pie chart? Again, depending upon the nature of the data, if the data is in the form of proportions of various categories of the variables or characteristics, then such data can be presented in the form of the circular diagram, which is known as pie chart, and each part or each category of the variable or characteristic is represented by drawing an appropriate angle of a circle. So we have to divide the percentage in appropriate segments which will represent the each category included in the data. For example, the prevalence of different degree of hypertension in the population is to be presented in the form of the pie chart. So at that time, whatever the number of patients with hypertension are there that are considered as 100%, and as the angle of circle is 360 degree. So we have to divide the proportions for each category, how much percentage each category comprise, and with respect to it, what is the angle, corresponding angle representing that particular category, and thus the circular diagram is drawn with appropriate angles. For example, in this case, the three categories for hypertension are used like mild, moderate and severe. So percentage of mild hypertension in the given population are 10%. For moderate it is 20%, and remaining 70% are with severe hypertension. So if we have to represent the first part, first segment, that is mild hypertension, which is 10%. So as it is 10%, so what is the angle which is corresponding to the 10% of angle of circle? So angle of circle is 360 degree. So 10% of 360 degree, so it is 36 degree. So you have to draw an angle of 36 degree which will comprise the 10% as a mild hypertension. Similarly, 20% is for moderate hypertension. So we have to draw a angle which is corresponding to the 20%. So 20% of 360, so it is 72 degree. So you have to draw an adjacent angle of 72 degree. And as severe hypertension is 70%, so what is the angle equivalent to 70% that can be drawn, that is remaining out of 360 degree. So in this way, by dividing the different categories in percentage, the angles are drawn for a circle which is known as pie chart. So this is all about the presentation of data, how the data is presented in the form of the text, in the form of the tables, or how different charts or graphs like histogram, frequency polygon, cumulative frequency polygon, which is also known as Ogive, bar chart or pie chart, which is used for presenting a statistical data. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you all.